Hello everyone, in this video we will understand what are permutations. Let us take the first example. If we have three people A, B and C and we need to find out the ways of arranging any two of these on a bench, then what will be the possible number of ways? So first if we choose A and B, A can be on the left side and B on the right. In the second one, B can be on the left side and A on the right. And next if we choose B and C, B can be on the left and C on the right, and opposite in the another case. Now the options left are A and C. So there will be two ways of arranging A and C. In total, what we have is we have 6 ways of arranging any two people out of these three on a bench. Now we have the same three people, that is A, B and C. But now the question says that we need to select any two out of these for a competition. The first possible way will be selecting A and B, or selecting B and C, or we can select A and C for the competition. These will be the three possible ways of selection of any two people out of these three. And here what we did was we arranged two people out of three in different ways. So this arrangement refers to permutation. Permutation is the ways of arranging. And when we refer to selection, selection is about combination. Here what happens is selecting A and B will be the same as selecting B and A. Here the order does not matter. But here what happens is the order matters. Making A sit first and then B will be different than making B sit first and A next. After understanding the basic difference between permutations and combinations, we move on to the concept third, which is the number of permutations of n different objects taken r at a time, where 0 is less than equal to r and r is less than equal to n, and the repetition of the objects in any permutation is not allowed. So before understanding the formula, the answer will be given by this formula, but before understanding the formula, let us understand what is meant by n and r. So here, for example, we took three people, right? A, B and C. So n will be equal to 3 in this case. But the number of people that we chose or we took at a time was just 2. We could have taken all the 3 people as well, or even just one person. There would be different ways of arrangement then, but right now we took 2 people. So the number of people we take at a time will be equal to r, which is right now equal to 2. This is meant by n and r, and it says the repetition is not allowed. So what is meant by repetition is, in this case obviously you cannot repeat because one person cannot sit on both the seats. He or she can take only one, and so there is no chance of repetition. But in case of numbers like digits, we can repeat, so it depends on the question. This formula will work only when there is no repetition allowed. No repetition should happen. Now r should be greater than or equal to 0. R can be 0. If r is 0, then there will be only one way of arranging. It should be no ways of arrangement because obviously we are not taking any, but for now the answer is 1, and r should be greater than that and r should be less than n. Why less than or equal to n? Because if we have 3 people, then obviously we cannot make 4 people sit on 4 seats if we only have 3 people. So 3 here is equal to n and 4 is equal to r. So this case will not be possible, and that is why this given condition. And before understanding the formula, let us first understand the meaning of factorial. And the exclamation mark that is visible here, this is known as factorial, and the notation number and factorial represents the product of first n natural numbers that is the product 1 into 2 into 3 into so on, n minus 1 till 10, and is denoted as n factorial. We read the symbol as n factorial. So what is meant here is natural numbers are from 1 to infinity, and factorial basically means start with that number, with the same number. Suppose if we have 2 factorial, we start with the same number and we go on decreasing 1 till 1. So 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1 and 4 factorial and so on. But we define, this is important, this is something to look upon. We define 0 factorial is equal to 1. Now coming back to understanding the formula, what it means here is why do we divide n factorial by n minus r factorial? Now in the previous example, as we saw, we have 3 people A, B and C. So n will be equal to 3. But right now we are choosing just 2 people. So r will be equal to 2. So the third case, we need to avoid the third case. Any 2 people and the third case needs to be avoided. That is the reason why we divide. And we subtract by r. Suppose if this is n, that is 3 things, and we subtract 2 from it, what will be left is this thing, and these extra things need to be divided. That is the reason for this formula. And why we use factorial is, we use factorial here because the calculations can be very huge. So to simplify and make it practical, we use the symbol factorial. Now the fifth question says how many 3-digit numbers can be formed by using the digits 1 to 9 if no digit is repeated. So repetition is not allowed is the second condition, and the number should be of 3 digits is the first condition. The options available are 9 because from 1 to 9 there are total of 9 digits. And the second part of the question says how many of these will be even. So the first part, if you try to solve, the question says that the number should be of 3 digits, which is the first condition. So we'll draw 3 dashes here, and the options available, if you check the options available, then there are a total of 9 options available. So we'll write 9 at the first place, and when you move on to the second dash or the second place, we'll reduce it to 8, and in the third one to 7. We'll keep on subtracting 1 because repetition is not allowed, and since we have used 1 digit at this place, we have only 8 options to fill up in the second one, and consequently 7 in the third one. Now the second part, so if we multiply these, we'll arrive at our answer. How many of these will be even? This is the second part of the question, and to know how many of these will be even, we'll again draw 3 dashes, but now we'll start with the condition. In the second part, the condition is how many of these. So these 2 conditions have to be followed, but in addition, there is one more condition, that is how many of these will be even. So at the ones place for the number to be even, out of 1 to 9 digits, how many are even? 2, 4, 6, 8. These 4 digits can make this number even. So here we'll write 4. Now since we have used 1 digit here, at this place we can use just 8. In total we had 9, but since repetition is not allowed and 1 we have used here, we'll reduce it to 8 and then consequently 7. Now after calculating, 8 into 7 into 4 will be 224. So this will be the answer for the second part, and for the first part the answer will be 504. This is the solution written with the formula, that is n will be equal to 9 and r will be equal to 3 because we need to make a 3-digit number, and the total options available are 9 digits. So n factorial upon n minus r factorial, and when we place the values, n factorial upon n minus 3, which gives us 6 factorial, and 6 factorial will be cancelled by 6 factorial, we'll be left with this, and hence the answer. This is the answer for the second part. Now the next question says, how many different numbers of 6 distinct digits can be formed with the numbers 3, 1, 7, 0, 9 and 5? Now the condition is that no repetition is allowed because distinct digits are required in the number and the digit should be 6. These are the two conditions and the options available to us are these. So let us draw 6 dashes here. In the first dash, can we fill any of the 6 digits? We cannot, because if we put 0 here, then the number will become a 5-digit number. But what we need is a 6-digit number. So what we need to do is, we have only 5 options for the first place, and that is the reason why we write here 5. 3, 1, 7, 9 and 5 are the only options available for this dash. At the second place, if we see, we have all the 6 options, but since we have used one number at the first place, we will subtract 1 because repetition is not allowed, as it is said that distinct digits are needed. The 6 digits should be different. So 5 and then again -1 4, -1 3, -1 2, -1 1. And so we'll arrive at our answer, which is 600. This is the solution available to us. Cannot directly apply just the formula because 0 cannot be the first digit of the number. Otherwise, the number will become a 5-digit number. But what we need is a 6-digit number. So it can be 5 into 5 factorial is equal to 600. So the other way could have been if you apply the NPR formula, n factorial. Total options what we have is 5 because we cannot use 0, and then again n minus r, which is 5 minus 5 factorial. So it will be 5 factorial upon 0 factorial, and 0 factorial as we know is 1, so it will be 5 factorial upon 1, which will be 5 factorial itself. But since we need a 6-digit number, so we'll include the first dash which can have 5 options, and hence this thing.